Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now we're getting something. Now we're getting something. Okay, now. Hey. This is perfect. Hi. Well, see, this is the kind of interview I like.
Then you don't have to be on camera.
I really don't like being
We'll take a cut out of you.
I need the headphones.
Don't touch my fucking key light.
Fucker, you just ruined my light, man. It's like a fucking movie set. Who cares about the sound? Let's make it look good. Jesus Christ. Roll it! David, we don't have the... Fuck you, Willie! You should hear some of that shit. What this is showing here, for example, is what goes into making the ambience of the panic room. So, for example, come over here. On these channels, we have this sound. And this is one of the layers of the backgrounds that went into the sound of the panic room itself. And what Fincher wanted to do is have it sort of sound isolated, yet there's air conditioning. Sort of like on one level, there's like a technical side of things, you know, like air conditioning, electronics, the television monitors, that sort of thing. But on the other hand, there's sort of a kind of the foreboding quality of it. So this layer is sort of trying to, you know, feed more to that texture. Then you can add to it these types of sounds.
What are those sounds made out of?
This one is actually made out of a choir that was sampled into a keyboard and slowed down and kind of layered and filtered. So if you can listen carefully, you can hear voices. Maybe not. I don't know. I've kind of disguised them. So you can blend these things together.
What's the second sound there?
It's an alteration. Let's see, I can't remember now. This is made out of rain. This sound right here was a rain sample that was filtered. We had to do so much rain for the film that I took some rain and I sampled it and then ran it through a bunch of delays and sort of tried to do a little Brian Eno type treatment where you take one noise and you take it all the way to the extreme and change it. So that's what this is. And again, it's raining constantly, so maybe that's what it would sound like through the pipes and whatnot. Then down here, there's a very low sound, and that sort of is the sound of the technology and sort of the girth of the panic room. And this sound, we actually, Laura Hirschberg, our mixer, we routed this sound only through the subwoofer. Over here, fan spinning, and here's another sound that the electronics of the televisions, the whines of the hard drives. One of the things that David wanted to have in the film is that he wanted the space, even though the space was going to be very small, he wanted the feeling that when we went from one area of the panic room to the next, that you get a little bit closer to the televisions or further away from them or closer to the intercom or that kind of thing. So, and all the time, and these very subtle sounds are surrounding the character.
How many individual effects are in the panic room?
About 18. Not that many. We added some that are not in here, and this is only the ambience layer. Then there's the fluorescent light layer, which is not in this session, which whenever we got close to the fluorescence, and then of course after the fire sequence, that became a different sound when they were flickering. Here's the sound of the fluorescent lights. And this is really fluorescent lights that were mic'd very closely and then denoised. That's the steady component, and then this sound would have been layered sort of underneath. And the reason why I chose this is even within the simplest scene, there's a lot of thinking that goes on and involved in just creating the ambience. Fincher and his crew went to New York to shoot the front of the film. We went down and we just recorded like crazy. And we recorded all of our sounds in LCR, left, center, right, including the footsteps and all the props. Let's see if I can show you some of this stuff. So here is an example of an LCR recording, and as you can see, left, center, right, and you can hear the acoustics of the space very nicely. The production sound was okay, but one of the things that had occurred during this particular sound cue was that both Jim and Angus, when they were editing this scene, they wanted to elongate the cadence, the bounce of the ball, and it made it actually very difficult to cut, because if you drop a ball, it bounces and it's over, but they kept it going to kind of increase the suspense. This one element here was just a single kick. Then we cut to here for the balls bouncing, and that was spliced. Like the ball was just banging off this ledge here. And then this channel right here represents a recording taken from about 30 feet away. So when you play everything together, you get this.